Hello everybody out there, welcome to our GATT podcast. You know, we have this very, very nice consortium. It's a European Union funded consortium. The name is GATT and we work on sustainable beekeeping. We actually talk about 27 partners within this project. In our podcast we try to kind of cover everything that's going on. We have to say it's not, we're not focused when, like today, I'm sitting here with the president of Apimondia, Jeff Pettis, and Apimondia is one of the partners, our project. So we try to kind of present our partners, have a small talk with them. So I'm very happy to meet you today, Jeff. You came all the way from the United States, and that's why we make this interview now. Yeah. So please present yourself and please roll Apimondia out in front of the whole audience.
Okay, thank you very much, Fleming. So Fleming and I are sitting here talking in Madrid, Spain.
Yeah. And
we're talking at a symposium where Apimondia and the local veterinary association in Spain has put together this talk that talks on bee health, understanding bee health. But yeah, as Apimondia, it's the International Federation of Beekeepers Associations. Mm-hmm. And we represent beekeepers all over the globe. And we hold events worldwide, all around the world. But our big event is every 2 years. Uh-huh. We hold a big congress.
Yes.
And last year we were in Santiago, Chile.
Yes.
Before that it was Istanbul. Yeah. And now we're coming to Copenhagen, Denmark. Just so happens it's in your backyard.
Yeah, I have to tell everybody out there I'm Danish, so that's now it's going to be nepotism.
Yeah,
so
I know.
Tell us about the Apimondia Congress.
So the Congress, it happens every 2 years all over the globe, and it brings together somewhere between 5 to 10, 12,000 beekeepers, scientists, and people involved in the industry, some of the manufacturing people. So it's a huge 5-day event, and we're very much looking forward to Copenhagen. You have beautiful facility, beautiful city. I think people are excited. In this case, it's unusual in that 3 different countries have come together to make the bid. Exactly. So it's a Scandinavian event. So it's Norway, Sweden, and Denmark, but it'll be in Copenhagen. We're very excited. So during those 5 days, we have a series of talks by scientists, things that are happening. We also have talks by beekeepers, and we have roundtables, discussions about what's happening globally in different areas of the world. We also have a huge trade show called AP Expo. Yes. And there the vendors are from the honey industry, the beekeeping equipment industry, whatever. And they come to show their new inventions. And so it's a good chance for both the beekeepers, the scientists, and others just to mingle and interact on all things bees.
You could say meet the whole world, beekeeping world, on a very narrow space.
Yes.
So to say.
In 5 days you can meet, like if you've only kept bees in, like we're in Spain, if you only kept bees in Spain, you could go to Copenhagen and meet beekeepers from all over the globe. And I remember my first Apimondia as a student, and I met people at that Apimondia that I still now see.
Have contact to.
Yeah, I still have contact with them.
So Apimondia is connecting people. It's also creating friendships for life,
yes.
So to say.
Yeah.
I would say also international understanding. But tell me, so at the Apimondia Congress we have the scientific talks. Yeah. What about them?
So the scientific talks, we have them on all different subjects. Right now, honey fraud is really big.
Exactly.
Pesticide exposure is big.
Focus areas.
But even within, like we're doing bee health here, things like varroa mites, spreading, the Asian hornets that are spreading all over the globe, and now things like Tropicolaps mite, a mite coming out of Asia. So there's all those scientific talks. But again, we try to encourage the scientists to bring their science, but relate it to the beekeepers. What does this mean for the beekeepers themselves? Yeah. So we have scientific talks, we have roundtables on different topics, pesticides, honey fraud, whatever. And then we also have, like I said, this big AP Expo, which is great. Yeah. The other thing we have as part of this is we call World Beekeeping Awards.
Yes.
And the World Beekeeping Awards, people can bring their items related to bees and beekeeping. Some there's a book category if you publish a new book. There's a wax category. There's honey categories. There's all these categories, and then there's a series of judges that judge it and say, you've won a gold medal, silver medal for this particular item.
So I really we should encourage the beekeepers to show their proudness, their products, and then they can use it for marketing as well, because Apimondia is a strong brand.
We actually have a little thing in there that we say we really don't want them to use it so much for marketing, but of course they do. I mean, of course there's some. But again, if you won the gold medal, then you can put it on your website or whatever. Yeah, of course.
Or you can just tell people.
You tell people, yeah.
I mean, I have seen people getting those medals, and it's kind of, it's bigger than winning the Olympic Games and something. They are so proud because it's their passion.
Yeah.
There will also be posters.
There'll be a whole series of primarily because even in 5 days, we expect so much interest that I would say 2/3 of the presenters, mostly the students and maybe some others that can't get a speaking slot, will have to present a poster. So we'll have, depending on the number of entries in posters, we'll either leave them up the whole time, or we'll leave them up for 2 days, and then another 2 days.
Okay.
And we'll expect those presenters to be by their posters at least twice. So we're not going to hide the posters in the corner, which sometimes happens. We're going to have them in an area that has a high visibility. It's great for students and stuff. Is a way of, I mean, you don't get to speak, but it's a way of at least presenting your ideas.
Yeah, so that's really, you could say that's a promotion of the students, that they practice to be good speakers. And
exactly.
Now they make an abstract, they make a poster, which is very important.
Yeah.
Tell people within the poster what you're doing.
How do you communicate what you're doing? Yeah, no, it's a really good idea. The other thing we've talked about, what we haven't enacted, I've seen it at entomological congresses, is they make a 3 fast minute, like a 3 minute. And you have to get up there and you have to say, this is what I did. It's beautiful because it makes you condense your message. So I've thought about that. We should talk about that.
We should elaborate on this.
Yeah. Well, just that. So it's like a speaker's thing where you only get 3 minutes or 5 minutes, and you have to tell your story very quickly.
Exactly. So everybody join the Congress, not because it's in Copenhagen, but support Apimondia. Let's get together. Ask your countries to become members. We need beekeeping, the beekeeping business, science. We need to have an organization that's very strong, that has a voice for the beekeepers
across the globe, and that, especially for big problems like honey fraud and stuff. We've hardly talked about bee guards. This is a bee guard podcast.
Exactly, and tell me, why are you in the bee guard?
Why am I in the bee guards? A good friend of mine asked me to join. No, Gilles Budge in the UK, he's going to do a lot of modeling of where small hive beetle, Tropicolaps mites, based on climate change, where they might become problematic. Well, they need some biologists in there too. I'm not a modeler. I'm a whole systems biologist. So I've worked with Tropicolaps in Southeast Asia. I've worked with small hive beetle in the U.S. So he asked me to join to work on some of the biology questions about small hive beetle and Tropicolaps mites. So
that's great. So and then we have to what we just talked about. You have the whole network to the beekeeper, and we want to disseminate this project, and you give us also access to places where we can present it. So
Bee Guards is a European-based, but they ask Apimondia to join also in terms of communication to the broader world. So I talked about my role as a scientist. So in the mite part in small hive beetle, but Apimondia is playing a role in the communications part of Bee Guards as well, to get the findings of Bee Guards out to a broader audience across the globe. Yeah.
So now this is really a nice interview, but we started from behind. I mean, so you're from the U.S. Tell me about what you have been working with, what kind of science you have been working with. Yeah, please tell me. So you're from the U.S. and you're coming all the way from the U.S. here to Madrid to stay here for 2 days, to be representative. You make your own talks as well.
I'm making a talk on the science part of Tropicolaps mites. But I'm a scientist and I worked for the U.S. Department of Agriculture as a research scientist for over 20 years. I've left the USDA, but now I do some private consulting.
So a private company now.
So I'm a private consultant, and I have grants both in the U.S. and now I'm on this grant with the European Union. So, but then as Apimondia, I'm also involved. I continue to be involved in some research. So it's kind of, I wear a lot of different hats. In the U.S., what am I doing? I manage about 100 colonies myself.
Okay, privately, yes.
Keeps me busy. I like it to be in bees. And that's when I'm home. I still do a little research with those hives, but in the past I've done work on shipping of queens and the problems with heat and sperm viability. I've done effects on pesticides in bees, some work on neonics and effects on bees. So I have mostly almost all in bee health issues. But I continue to do some research. I'm going to Africa. Like tomorrow, I go to Africa, to Tanzania, because that's the next Congress is supposed to be in Tanzania.
Yeah.
And I'm going to work with them. There's a honey festival. So we're going to go and be part of that honey festival in Tanzania.
Okay. Okay. Thanks a lot.
Hey,
thanks for presenting
Fleming.
yourself.
Fleming,
And
this
we're
is
so-
wonderful.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have you guys in our consortium, and it's going to be a great consortium. I already feel that there's a good spirit within the people. We got good along, and everybody is very encouraged to do their best.
I've seen a number of these European projects, and I think Bee Guards is, like you say, it's a really good consortium.
Yeah.
And we're excited as Apimondia to be a part of it. So
Thanks
good,
a lot.
Good to be here in Madrid with you.
Have a nice
Fleming.
trip to Tanzania.
Thank you, Fleming.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.